Guys, coming to you from Triumph Houston, and look what I get to bring to you today. Guys, this is the Triumph Tiger Sport 800. I have been dying to throw a leg over this machine for so long. I just have some kind of crush on this bike. It's so different from a normal sport utility type of a machine. This is certainly more for the streets, and at first look, it really is a sport bike with a lift kit. So, does it have the chops to be called sport? And can it live up to the expectation that I kind of already have, especially consider I kind of fell in love with this bike's smaller sibling when I first got into these bikes. So what's this thing like to ride? Well, let's take it for a spin. We'll talk about the specs and see just how good this machine is. Quick shifter is nice on this bike. We're in sport mode. This motorcycle has 3 different riding modes. It's got your normal road mode, sport mode, which is the most aggressive, and then you've got rain mode. Now, just sitting on this bike, very upright as you may imagine, and cruising here on surface streets, not a whole lot of wind to push around you, but this screen is in its highest position. We can manually drop that down if we want. This bike's really playful. It's got a flickability to it. Okay, so coming up on this stop sign, just shy of 6 feet tall, inseam of 32 inches, and I'm comfortably on the tips of my tippy toes on this bike. It's very placeable. Suspension feels very compliant, as you would expect on a motorcycle like this. Very easy to adjust that windscreen. All you do is you just kind of pull back and lift up on it. So as I'm sitting on this bike, it feels kind of light. Now, this machine, in terms of specifications, you know, it's kind of interesting. It's checking in at about 470 pounds, and that's wet weight. So it's certainly not a lightweight, but for the class of bike it is, well, it kind of is. With the upright seating position, very commanding view of the road. Yeah, I'll say this about this motorcycle too. It not only carries its weight well, but the torquey nature of this engine gives it an even lighter feel still. So cruising along here at highway speeds, the windscreen in its highest position feels like it's blowing the wind all around me. We also have these lower canards that are helping to deflect wind around as well. So it would certainly do well in all weather. I believe this motorcycle has cruise control. This one may also be fitted with heated grips, although I'm not exactly sure. In terms of power on command, any kind of reserve power, it's pretty punchy coming down the highway. It certainly has a very linear torque curve. Certainly not peaky at all. The throttle mapping in sport mode, very smooth, not jerky at all. This bike does have an up and down quick shifter, and to grab a couple of gears on the highway, yeah, she's punchy, boys. What I like about the quick shifter on this motorcycle is that it's very direct feeling. It doesn't have that, you know, kind of weird spongy nature that you might find in other types of quick shifters. This one is very direct, which is always welcome. in terms of engine specifications, we're working with 113 claimed horsepower and 70 pound-feet of torque. And that's a fairly healthy number, especially when you start to look at where this motorcycle's competition starts to fall in line. And even though she is a little bit on the heavy side, the engine and how this engine develops torque has absolutely no problem dragging this thing around. As far as the reach to the handlebars, just rotor through the gears here. The reach to the handlebars, again, very upright. These handlebars are coming pretty well directly back towards you. The character of this engine, you know, there's not a lot of vibration at all. You don't really feel any buzziness in the foot pegs nor in the handlebars. One thing I am noticing about this bike is the shifter itself, you know, where your foot goes, is relatively small. You got to make sure you commit your foot underneath it or above it. It's just a quirk of the bike. It's not really a demerit, but it is worth noting. Mirrors are surprisingly good, very clear. There's no vibration here, just running along at surface street speeds. It is a fun, punchy engine in this motorcycle. Let's go over some of these bigger bumps here. Oh yeah, and as you would expect, a bike like this, it just soaks up any kind of imperfections, big bumps, stuff like that. I mean, it still is an adventure bike after all, just more tailored for street use. It does have a fun point and click feel to it, especially here through the mid-range. You get the sense that getting into and out of situations in traffic is just a throttle blip away. You know, I gotta say, I'm pleasantly surprised with this bike, with how comfortable it is. I mean, it really is still very much a sport utility type bike. Nothing about it, though, is very aggressive. And this motorcycle, I mean, you can fit this thing with saddlebags and all kinds of different luggage options for this machine, and make for a very versatile all-weather commuter. Or, you know, I could really see somebody, you know, being able to soak up 200, 300, 400 miles at a time with this machine and never really get tired. Just cruising around here in the back lot. I mean, it is extremely placeable. I mean, that there is at full lock. That's pretty good, guys. Super easy in low speed and slow speed maneuvers. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Not even drag and brake on that, guys. Very fun. So I finally got the chance to ride the Tiger Sport 800. I'm glad I did. This is a great bike. Very sporty, very punchy. Certainly not overwhelming, but it's not meant to be. I think if you're looking for a bike like this, you know what kind of riding experience you want. You want something more sporty, but you want something that's going to be, you know, just the type of bike that you can use for all kinds of different scenarios. Again, kit this thing out with all of the luggage options. You got your makings for a nice weekend getaway type of a bike for you. Take all that off. It's got the chops to go out, have fun on B roads, and then get you back with all your gear too. It's a fun bike and a great middleweight. So with that, guys, if you made it this far, consider hitting that subscribe button. It helps the channel out a ton. But with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and check out. Y'all take it easy.